Hello, welcome back to the YouTube channel of Bethel Evangelical Free Church Hanley. I'm Pastor Gervais Charmley, and this is another historic church in Shropshire. This is St Eata's at Atcham. Atcham was the parish church for Attingham Park, and so the church reflects something of that history. It's dedicated to St Eata. He was a 7th century bishop of Atcham, and he was a monk from Lindisfarne, a disciple of St Aidan. The church here probably is originally Norman. Certainly the eldest fabric I can see is Norman. Some of the stones will have come from nearby Roxeter, the Roman city that was such a useful quarry for otherwise unwanted great big chunks of stone, which is why there's so little of the city left above ground. It is well worth a visit, by the way. So this is St Eata's Atcham, and the church here would have been founded in the Anglo-Saxon period. There was certainly a church here in the days of the Domesday Book, and the church, as we see it today, reflects centuries of changes and restoration. So let's have a look around, shall we? As usual, then, we start at the west end. There are no aisles here, and the church is a little bit higgledy-piggledy. It's rather close to the river, and one gets the impression that the ground here wasn't really perhaps as solid as the builders thought, which leads to a rather lovely, of course, building. Here we have the font. Now, this is dated 1675, I believe, so we know when it was made, yeah, 1675 WP. And you can see here this rather crooked door. We have, of course, stained glass windows are Victorian. A memorial here to Stephen Sayer, late of the 1st Regiment of the King's Dragoon Guards. He fell on the evening of the 18th of June 1815 at Waterloo, aged 44 years. No farther seek his merits to disclose, or draw his frailties from their dread abode. There they'll like in trembling hope repose, the bosom of his father and his guard. We have here some unusual glass from the 16th century. And notably here we have this screen. Now, the screen was originally in Warfield Church near Bridgnorth, but the church wardens there got rid of it, and it was bought by a chap who put it in his house, very big house, and then it was seen by church wardens here, and they said, that'll look perfect in our parish church. So that's why this is here. We have, you can see the raised seating here, because of course this is the one for the big house at Attingham. Pulpit is Victorian, more stained glass here. We have there, and we pass under this, and again this screen is not terribly old, but it was at Warfield, it was moved, and now it's here. We have a nice example of one of these incised slabs. This is, if you can't afford an effigy, you get one of these done, and this has still got everything picked out, painted, and you can see we have the gentleman in his full-length robe, and then his wife has a skirt that goes all the way down to the floor, and then some. So the gentlemen are allowed to show their feet and the women not so much, allegedly. And we go through here into the chancel. It's really, there's a separate chancel. All the walls have been scraped here, unfortunately, so there's no sign of the old wall paintings. Here we have a memorial to Thomas Henry, 8th Lord Berwick of Attingham, born at Berrington 1877, died at Attingham 1947. And the Honourable Mary Selina Noel Hill, born at Barrington 1875, died at London 1950. They were the children of the Reverend the Honourable Thomas Noel Hill, Rector of Berrington, and Frederica Sarah Morris, his wife. This tablet given by Teresa Lady Berwick. So we come to the east end. We've got this rather simple reredos. This is made of panels that probably certainly come from somewhere else. We have here the Right Honourable Reverend Richard Noel Hill, Baron Berwick of Attingham Hall, Rector of Berrington and Sutton in this county, Thornton in the county of Chester, and he succeeded as 4th Baron Berwick, 1842, and died in 1848. Henry Burton has a memorial here, and then on this side we have there's a medieval tomb recess. So we'll turn around and look back through that screen from Warfield. It's probably, I say, not very old. It's probably Georgian rather than anything else, but it's rather a nice screen. You can quite see why when the church warden came to and look at it, he thought, just the thing for our church. And there's the organ at the back. So that is the inside here at Atcham, and very interesting and attractive it is too, really. And so here we are outside, and again you see this lovely Norman fabric here, and one of these beautiful 15th century towers up there on the at the west end. So we'll have a look around the outside again and see what we can see. So here we are. This is of course the south side, and the first thing we notice is these enormous great buttresses, which are clearly very important because the whole thing is leaning. Smaller buttress on the chancel. It really is a little bit precarious. Now the lower part of the tower is in fact Norman, so it's just the top end in fact that has been added in the 15th century. We shall proceed around the back. I say the back, yes, the north side. North side is normally the back of the church. It's the less important sections. Now, the church here stands by the River Severn, and you can see that's why you've got this issue with it leaning a bit, is that the ground is not as solid as it might be. And so, here we are, the north side again. Sorry about the glare, but that's unavoidable, really. So here we have some of the Norman fabric, and you can see here these whacking great stones that are taken probably from Roxeter, and then the Norman window up there. And the other windows have been replaced. The river, River Severn, runs by as it on its way down to the sea. And the tower here is just this location. There's a little beach opposite. And here is the west doorway. Lovely, it's got the multiple columns there and quite a deep archway. The dedication is unusual. St Eata is not a very popular saint, even among the, well, even in Northumberland he's not very popular. So what's he doing down here? Well, I'm not sure. Simple answer. And so that, let's back up a bit to try and get the full view of this front, because this is the west tower here. You can see there the Norman arches, and then above there's that 15th century belfry. And that then is St Eata's Atcham. So there we have it, a quick tour of St Eata's Atcham. Hope you enjoyed the video. I enjoyed coming out on this lovely summer's day to make it, and hopefully this has warmed your heart a bit or something. So thank you for watching, and may God bless you and keep you until next time.